And 5 groovy 20 minutes past 3. You're on ABC Radio Brisbane. This is your Monday afternoon. How happy are you with the way Brisbane is being developed? Have you heard of the organisation that calls itself Yimby? Yes, in my backyard. Well, if you haven't, you're about to. Stand by.
Catherine Feeney on ABC Radio Brisbane and Queensland.
Thinking about development for a moment, you would have heard of the expression NIMBY, not in my backyard. People opposed to development in their area. Well, have you heard of Yes in My Backyard, or Yimby? It's a not-for-profit organisation that supports good development. It's alive and well here in Brisbane, the organisation. But is good development alive and well in Brisbane? That's what we're about to find out. And Natalie Rayment, you're about to tell us. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Now, you're a town planner yourself.
I am.
You're the co-founder of Yimby, and you also are the director of Walter Consulting Group.
Yes, that's right.
So what is Walter Consulting Group?
So we're development consultants. So we're not developers.
Okay.
We provide town planning, surveying and other services.
Right.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to develop a block of land or what have you, they come to you and you say this or that or no or yes.
Yeah, we can help navigate their way through the process to understand what they can do with their land.
Okay. Development can be a contentious issue, and we often have people on this program, on this station, who are upset about a development proposed for their neighbourhood, citing reasons like traffic congestion, just that it's ugly. Is there good development going on in Brisbane?
Well, certainly I think so, and I think it's an interesting question to put out there and ask the community, and what we want to do is highlight the developments that are good so that there is a bit of balance to the conversation, because as you say, we hear a lot about all the negativity, we hear a lot about developments that people don't like, so we'd like to also talk about some of the developments that people like and some of the good outcomes of development in our city.
Okay, so let's talk about what makes a good development.
Absolutely. So at Yimby, Queensland, we thought we better at least put on paper what we think makes a good development, and we've categorised it into 4 different attributes, I guess. Design excellence might be architectural design excellence or urban design or landscape design, something that's really creative and it's going to, look fantastic on our skyline or next to our property in our neighbourhood.
Okay.
So design excellence. Innovation, something that actually, thinks a little bit harder about the site, problem solves, looks at what might be an outcome by solving a local problem or a local issue, something that's sustainable. So we all like to talk about that. I just heard World Environment Day tomorrow, so
yes,
something that's sustainable outcome for our community. And what we like to talk about as well is community dividend, or something that's actually giving back to the local community. Might be artwork, might be parks, waterway regeneration, new roads, bikeways, those sort of things that give back to the community.
Are those sorts of boxes being ticked more often than not in Brisbane, Natalie Rayment?
Well, that's exactly the question that we wanted to ask the wider community, and also to ask them what they think is good development. And certainly...
You've got a survey.
We have a survey.
What's it shown you?
Well, so far it's only in our early days, and I guess I'm here to encourage as many people to fill in our survey as possible so that we can hear from the broad community what they think is good development and whether they think there is good development going on in their neighbourhoods.
Great, okay.
But so far, the numbers are slightly more positive to negative in terms of whether people are satisfied with their development. The majority are saying that they're satisfied at least with something about the development, if not, satisfied with all of it, and highly satisfied. But there is a strong element in the community that are not satisfied. About 1/3 so far are saying that they're not satisfied.
And about how many people have you had fill this survey out already?
So it's only early days. There's only a couple of hundred people that have filled it out.
Okay.
We'd love a couple of thousand. So
Right.
we really want people to answer and help us to understand.
Okay, so how do we find the survey?
So on our website, so Yimby Queensland, yimbyqld.com.au, front page has a big
Front and
box
centre.
to click on.
Yes, in my backyard.
Absolutely.
Yes, in my backyard. Natalie Rayment is with you. She is the co-founder of Yimby Queensland and a town planner. And Natalie, I guess when you've had this survey completed, what do you hope to do with it?
Well, that's exactly, I guess, the mission of Yimby Queensland is to help encourage people to talk about what's development. So if we can be talking about it, we can be putting, that front and centre. So when we see developments, we can look at it with more information, with some facts about a project to understand if it's going to be good for our community. But we can also, put the pressure on to make sure we are getting good development outcomes for our city.
Interesting. Okay, so for instance, if an organisation, a council, or a major developer wants to build or support X building, you could say, well, actually, this meets the criteria for good development based on what the people of Brisbane have said who have participated in our survey.
So absolutely. So far, people are saying in our survey that, even if a project isn't exactly what they had in mind in their community or something that they hadn't expected,
Yes.
they might be more likely to support it if it has those 3 top elements that they think are good development.
Okay, so head to the Yimby website, use your favourite search engine of choice, punch in Yimby, which stands for Yes in My Backyard, YIMBY. You can participate in that survey for how much longer?
For 2 more months.
2 more months.
yes.
Okay, we might circle back when you've had a few more people clicking and filling out that form.
That'd be fantastic.
But before I let you go, Natalie, any developments on your horizon that you think deserve a second look? Maybe they aren't matching the criteria, or maybe they are?
Okay, well, I think there's certainly some interesting and innovative projects happening at the moment. I've just been into 2 of the AVO high-rise aged care and retirement village at Gasworks. So
Okay.
that's something a little bit different over in Newstead. It's no longer spread out over a big development footprint, but heading into high-rise territory around the Gasworks. I think the Gasworks is a great example also of something a little bit out of the box, but what we've ended up there is a great community focal point and a community park with some high-rise development around it.
Okay.
But equally, in the suburbs, there will be projects that are, adding a bit of mix to the housing stock, having a bit of townhouse development in single-family dwelling territory.
All right, Natalie, for your time this afternoon, I say thank you.
Thank you very much.
Natalie Rayment with you there, co-founder of Yimby Queensland. If you'd like to find out more, you can head to the Yimby website.